Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Eva Angelopoulos, and I would like to welcome you to our Super Patch presentation this evening. I am flat fired up because my phone today has not stopped ringing with all these amazing testimonies that are coming in from so many of you. And you're going to hear from some of those folks tonight. If you are a guest, welcome. You are in for a treat for sure. We're going to share this amazing opportunity for you. What does that mean? You're going to be able to take health and wellness back into your own hands. We have something incredible here that is sweeping the nation. Actually, it's going around the world. We're all over Europe right now, and it's just amazing. So you're in for a treat. Sit back, enjoy the show, as they say, right? We're going to get started, and we're going to see some information about the opportunity that we have. We're going to look at the technology we have, and then also the timing of this opportunity. And of course, you'll hear from some amazing folks out there that have tried these patches and have had life-changing results. And also, you will learn how you also can get involved with us and try this amazing technology for yourself. So let's jump in because we have a lot to cover tonight. First of all, take a look at this. Natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. What does that mean? Well, here's what it means. That our bodies were meant to repair and heal themselves, given the proper nutrients, the proper vitamins, minerals, right? Everything our bodies require to sustain life. The problem is that you and I, we don't have, the advantage of the food source that our grandparents used to have. Their food source came from a rich ground full of nutrients and minerals and vitamins. They had real food back then. Today, ours come from a depleted ground. And, there's a lot of processed foods and fast foods and just all kinds of things that are really not good for our bodies. So most people turn to lotions and potions and supplements and vitamins, right? But even that sometimes is not enough because a lot of those products are synthetic and our bodies are not used to absorbing and putting those things to use. They're foreign in our bodies, right? And so thank God for Super Patch because our founder and innovator is brilliant. He actually found a way to allow our bodies to repair themselves naturally and organically. So what do we have our hands on? Well, skin to brain technology. It's science. Right now, everyone is listening, they're seeing, they're thinking, you may be touching something, right? You're doing all these without even thinking about it. Why? Because the body and the brain communicate, right? And the receptors, they'll send messages back and forth, and it happens so fast, you and I don't even think about it. Well, also, the body repairs that way. However, in most cases, there's a disconnect between the body and the brain. And so the signals get crossed, and they don't flow the way they should. So this is what the patches do. They help that communication. Now, who better to explain this to you than our very own founder, our CEO, our innovator, Mr. Jay Dhaliwal.
Hi everyone, it's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first. Every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons, but that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12 and a half years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neurofunction of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single super patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, The patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain, and the brain decodes it. So every single super patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the super patches work. So all 8 super patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance benefits that people are seeing. So till next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Piece of cake, right? So what the patches do is they allow the body and the brain to communicate. So the brain can send down the message so the body can start that repair process naturally and organically, the way we were meant to be, right? So let's look at some of our wellness needs because there's so many of them. So first of all, pain management, right? How many people do we know that are suffering right now from aches and pains? Of course, brain health, right? Cognitive support, neuropathy, stress, anti-aging, sleep issues. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. We also have performance needs. A lot of people work out, they exercise, right? They want to be stronger. There's mobility issues that people want to get a grip, right? So many people fall and hurt themselves constantly due to mobility issues. So there's so many things that we need to not only keep our bodies healthy, right, but also to deal with these issues so we can go out and do what we want to do and live our life. And up until now, before these super patches came out, I mean, all we had were drugs and surgeries and side effects and all the craziness, right, that's out there. And I'm so thankful and grateful for these patches because I know they have truly changed my life and thousands of lives out there. So, and again, you're going to hear from some of these folks here tonight. So what are people really looking for? Not much. We want drug-free solutions. Do we really need one more chemical in our bodies? I mean, serious, right? We're also looking for something that's easy to use. We don't want to sit here and mess with lotions and potions and mixing and doing, right? We just want to take it and go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Here's something important. We want it safe for our children. Folks, they're medicating children, right? I mean, we have an opportunity here to help these children get off some of these meds that they're on. I mean, it's crazy out there. So it's safe for children. How about pregnant moms? They can't take anything, but they can use these patches because they too have issues. And check this out. It's affordable. Because what good is it to have a dynamic, amazing product that changes lives, but no one can afford it, right? And so Jay wanted to make sure that every single person that wanted to have these patches would be able to afford to use them. And that is a blessing for sure. So this, my friends, are the solutions to all these issues that people are having. And you know what? This is a beautiful arsenal we have here, but it's going to get bigger and bigger because we're going to have more patches. Why? Because we have more issues, right? But what I want to do right now is I want to show you what these patches do. And we're going to dive in and we're going to look at each one of them. And I'm going to give you a brief overview because I want you to see how cool this is. First of all, let's start with our Freedom Patch. This is for folks that have pain going on, right? Some people have chronic pain. Some people have, pain due to injury, just different things. And so this amazing little guy will help you with your pain issues for sure. Then we have our REM patch. This is for sleep. Look at this. 70 million Americans have sleep problems. Folks, that's too many. And here's why. Our bodies heal, repair, and reboot when we're sleeping, resting, when we're getting that deep sleep, right? And if we don't do that, our bodies never have an opportunity to reboot. And so this is so important to get your health back. It's a good night's sleep. So for you folks, it would be the REM patch. Now, and know anybody with a little stress in their life? This is them. This is the peace patch. This will help people get rid of some of that stress. And it could be because of their job, right? It could be because there's family dynamics going on. It could be, so many different things. And so this will help you to get through your day stress-free and just really feel good and be able to go out and do what you need to get done, right? Now, okay, this is the patch of all patches. I love this guy. I would give up every other patch, but never this one. This is our Defend patch. Folks, listen to me. This is important. Prior to 2020, people paid no attention to their immune system, right? Everybody just kind of took it for granted. Some didn't even know where it was. Here's what I'm going to tell you. 2020 taught us a lot of things. But the most important thing it taught us is if you're healthy, you better stay healthy. And if you're not so healthy, you better get healthy. And this patch is a patch for every single person alive needs to be wearing this patch. Why? This is for your immune support, your gut. Your immune system is in your gut. Everything starts there. Everything connects to that. And it's so important to remain healthy or get healthier if you need to. I will never go without this patch. Now, let me show you why this is so important. First of all, look at how quickly it works. If you look at this blood sample, it was a live blood sample. Look at this blood over here. It's all stick together. There's no oxygen going through it. It's what you call sticky blood, right? And this is not very healthy for us. Our blood should not be this way. So this person volunteered to do a blood test, and then they put on the Defend patch. And folks, after 30 minutes of wearing the patch, the blood was redrawn, and look at it. Just after 30 minutes, think about this. Look at these blood cells. They're round, they're full of oxygen, they're healthy. That's what your cells should look like. Now, if this doesn't get you excited about wearing the Defend patch, I don't know what will, because I'm telling you, there's always something lurking out there. And we want to make sure that our immune system is intact, right? So I just wanted to share this with you because I believe this is one of the most important patches we have. Okay, Mr. Liberty, boy, he's a big shot. So the Liberty patch helps with natural energy, mobility benefits, right? It helps so many people. And there's a stability test that is being done. And boy, those are instant results. And so many people have had great results with this patch. This is a patch that I wear because of the issues that I've had. Now, not only do I wear this patch, but I also wear this patch. Now, this is our Victory patch. This helps with performance, balance, stability, recovery. So a lot of our athletes use this patch. We also have, people that work out in the gym for recovery reasons, right? They'll use this patch. Children in sports can use this patch. I also wear this patch along with the Liberty because together, those two patches create homeostasis in the body. Homeostasis is a fancy word for balance. And when our bodies are balanced, they function properly, right? So everything kind of balances out, if you will. Can you imagine just your body is just in perfect harmony with itself all the time? That's what those two patches do. Amazing, amazing patches. Of course, they help with so many other issues that people have. Inflammation is a big one for those two patches. All right, let's move on to our Flow patch. This is for cognitive support. This also helps children and folks with ADD, ADHD. If you have someone that has cognitive decline, this is a great patch for them. And again, it's just one of those things that, we don't think about it, but our cognitive health is so important. So again, this patch is for those folks. Our Focus patch, just in time for school, right? How many of you have kids in school? And sometimes they have a hard time focusing. There's too many things going on, right? They get overstimulated. So what's nice about the Focus patch is you put it on, it keeps you on task, laser focused. You can get your work done. Also, this is great for adults because some have high stress jobs, right? They need to stay on task and really focus in on what they're doing. And so this is a great patch for that. And also for some folks that just really need to stay focused on something. So this is a great patch. Now, Ignite patch. Now, hear my heart on this. This is not a weight loss patch, but this will help you lose weight. Why? Because this patch will help you burn 25% more calories. So if you're burning 25% more calories, you're losing weight, right? And so I love this patch. This is another one that I wear because, again, some of us have a little bit more to love on us, right? And so, again, it just helps you to lose it. And you know what else I've noticed too is lately, since I've been using this patch, I don't really have cravings. I don't really crave, sweets or candy or, munchies or wanting to go for something. So I really love this patch. Okay. Our Kick It patch, speaking of bad habits, right? This will help you to kick those bad habits. So if somebody wants to maybe, quit smoking or maybe snacking or, biting their nails or, whatever you think you have a bad habit, this would be a great one for you folks. And again, simple. Put on the patch and let it help you get rid of those bad habits. And then, of course, we have our Joy patch. This just makes you happy just looking at it. Now, some folks have off days. Maybe you're not feeling your best today, right? Or maybe the weather has you down or something else. You're just not all that. And so put this patch on and then you're just going to be happy and just go on with your day. And it just brings you joy. So these are all the patches in our arsenal. We are going to be coming out with new ones as well that we're going to be adding. And boy, I can't wait for all of you to see those. It just gets better and better and better, right? So what I would like to do at this point is, I know we have some folks, at least I hope we do, have some folks on the line that would love to share their testimony. And so what I'd like to do is let me unmute the lines. And so there we go. Okay, so if you would like to share this evening, you've had some great success with our patches. Go ahead and either raise your hand or unmute, and we would love to hear from you. So who would like to begin?
Hey, Eva, this is Jerry, and I have a testimony.
Yes, go ahead, my friend.
Okay.
You're so funny.
Let me just tell you, over the years, I've suffered with nervous tension.
Mm-hmm.
And for years, first I started on Valium, and then I went on lorazepam, and then a doctor said, we've got to wean you off because it's habit forming. We've got to wean you off of this lorazepam. So the doctor did, you take a little bit, then you have to come down and down, and I was weaned off of lorazepam. And last night, I started having nervous tension again. And I was like, oh my God. So I had forgotten about, because I had never used the peace patch before. I mean, I used the other ones, but never used. So I was like, oh, that's right. There's a peace patch. Well, girl, I put on that peace patch, and right away I started coming down and feeling great. I was like, praise the Lord. I've got something. I don't have to reach out for the lorazepam. I've got the peace patch. So, I know I haven't heard many testimonies about that peace patch, but I certainly have one because it worked for me last night. So thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. You're so giggly. You're like, oh my God, I have one. That's so awesome.
Because I had never used the peace patch before.
Yeah.
So I was so happy to have that last night.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Eva.
You're so excited. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh. Good for you. That is awesome. All right. Wow. That's a good one. Okay, Laverne, go ahead. Unmute your line.
Good evening, Eva.
How are you?
I have a testimonial. I have a question. I'm new to the project, and I'm really very excited about it. And I want to thank my sponsor for bringing me aboard. But my question is, I see here about the super patches being FDA registered. What exactly, I know, well, not exact, what does it mean, but are you all getting approval at some point, or is there any word about how does that really, because I know some people will probably ask me, well, what does the FDA registered mean? Or,
See, you're an overachiever, I can tell, because I haven't even covered this slide yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to cover it in just a minute. And I'm going to give you those answers. Look, see, we have an overachiever, and she starts by thanking her sponsor. I love you.
Yeah, she's great.
Yes, good for you. Yes. And let me answer this in just a minute because I want to get through the testimonies, if that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. And I will give you all those answers real quick. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Okay. Go ahead. Who is next? Let's see. Yes. Is it Apostle? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, Eva.
Hello.
It is so great to be online. I've been trying to do this for several times, and each time I'm busy. I haven't been able to get my camera going because you got me blocked off. But
let me fix that. Hang on. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, there you are. Let's take a look at you. All right.
Okay. There we go. There we go. I am just so excited to be on this line today because I know we spoke a little bit earlier, and I just real quick, I have to show this to everybody because I don't know if you can see this. This little lady here in the middle, that was me in 2006. I look like I'm about 95 years old.
Bring it a little closer, my friend.
Let me see. Could you?
Let's see. Closer to the camera. Closer. Closer. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That was me in 2006.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I was actually in a wheelchair.
Mm.
And I'm one of those folks that when someone tells me you can't, I say, tell me what I can't do and watch what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I was determined that I was not going to get on that, stay in that wheelchair. And I did everything I could do to get out of it, which I did. However, I did continue on with some pain, and I was very limited to what I could do. And it's been like that until now. Then I met Alexander, bless his heart. I can't say thank you to him enough because I've just been using this patch now for less than a month. Okay. I'd say 2 or 3 weeks max. Mm-hmm. And when he first met me, he asked me, so, on a scale to 0 to 10, what's your pain level right now? And I said to him, I said, try 15, mm-hmm. because I was in some major pain. My back, my knees were hurting, my shoulders were hurting because I have rotator cuff problems. My knees, I have torn meniscus, and I was just miserable. My feet, I couldn't walk. Mm. And so he said, well, try this, try these patches. They'll help you. And the first thing I said to him, I said, okay, here we go again. Everybody's got something to sell. Everybody's product is the best on the market. I said, I've done so many of those things. I've done patches, I've done creams, I've done lotions, you name it. I've tried it and nothing really works. I said, even my doctor gives me cortisones, and that is just very short-lived. I said, and I'm tired of it. I said, I can't afford to be buying and spending money on all these things. And he, bless his heart, he is just so good. He sat down and he explained these patches to me. And I said, okay, well, I've never heard this one, so maybe I'll try it. And I was just going to get 4 patches. And then he talked me into it. He said, you ought to really try this and this together. And I said, oh, he said, and if you get this like this, and you're going to pay this much, but if you get it this way, you're going to pay this much. And I was going back and forth with it. And finally I said, okay, let's try it. Let's go for it. I said, I don't have the money, but I'm going to sacrifice and do this. The best decision I ever made in my life. Because in the short time that I've been using these patches, I no longer have pain. I am able to walk again. When I used to put my shoes on, it always felt like I had socks that were bunched up under my feet. That sensation is gone. I no longer have that. My right foot was always numb. I mean, I couldn't feel it. It's just right now I feel just a little bit of the numbness lingering on, but that's rapidly decreasing.
Mm-hmm.
I have not gone up and down stairs since maybe 2003, 2004. A couple of weeks ago, I went to my doctor's office. He's on the second floor, and I always take the elevator. And the last time I went, I said, you know what? There aren't that many stairs here, so I'm going to try it. I feel pretty good. So let me see if I can go up these stairs. Went up that flight of stairs like it was nothing. Came back down, and then had to go back up to the second. Did it a second time. No pain, nothing. I was like, wow, that is awesome. I haven't done this in many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other day, I live on the 4th floor in my apartment building. And wherever I went, I always ask, do you have elevators? And even when my husband and I were looking for a house, we saw beautiful homes, double deckers, two
Right.
levels. We
Mhm.
always had to say, can't do that. Can't do the stairs. The other day, I came in, I had gone downstairs. I was on the 2nd floor. And I was getting ready to take the elevator. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try this. I want to see if I can get all the way to the 4th floor with, in the stairs. I took the stairs all the way up to the 4th floor. No pain. It felt good. And I've gone down the stairs. I've gone back up the stairs. And if there's anybody on this line right now that has not tried these patches, you've got to try them. They really, really, honest to God, work. Because I've been struggling for many years, and these patches have given me back my life. I'm 79 years old, and I just started a business, okay? And I'm getting ready to start a second one with this company. And I haven't felt this good in over 20 years. And I'm 79, but I feel like I'm 50 years old. And it's because of these patches. And I am so grateful to this young man that developed these patches, because I know God had to have guided him into this, because so many of us need it. So thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. And I have the honor, the privilege, and I thank you all so much, because you always call me with these, and it gives me time to really absorb it. And I heard this from you this afternoon, and I thought, it took me about an hour to wrap my head around somebody just actually walking up the stairs that people take for granted all the time, right? But you struggled with it, and now to be able to have your life back, and to be able to do something as simple as walking up the stairs, and to not be in pain, and to go on with your life. Unbelievable. I am so thankful and grateful for these patches. And you know what? And it is true. It is a gift. And when you're given a gift, you share that gift. And that's what Jay has done with these patches. And that's what we're doing here. Thank you for sharing your story. Unbelievable. I can't wait to hear what happens next. Barbara, you are next. Go ahead, my friend. You'll have to unmute.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Barbara Collier. I'm from Maryland, and I am also a stroke survivor. I've gotten tremendous results from initially just the Liberty patch. My husband used to have to pick me up, carry me from room to room, or I was in a wheelchair from room to room. But now, after just using the Liberty, I was able to get out of the bed on my own, and with the hemi-cane, which I use, walk to the front of the house, walk up and down the steps in front of the house. But I ran out of the Liberty, and we had gotten all of the patches, so I tried just the Victory. You mentioned the Victory earlier.
Mhm.
And best a physical therapy appointment just wearing the Liberty. When you've had a stroke, there's always a fear of falling. Well, I had to do an exercise in physical therapy where I had to stand in front of this huge TV screen and with a stick point to different random numbers on the screen as they were announced. Now, sometimes you have to reach, sometimes you have to bend down, but I felt not one urge of falling. The Liberty patch is just amazing. And I was able to freely stand on my own without the cane.
Mm.
It
Wow.
just gets better each day.
That's awesome.
These patches are amazing. I would recommend them to any and everyone. My husband is shouting it all over the area.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. And I thank you. I thank Ray Lopez, who introduced me to this technology. And it's really changing my life.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing, Barbara. I remember when you first got out of that wheelchair, I don't think there was a dry eye on the Zoom. I do remember that. And it's just a blessing to hear how you have improved and you're continuing to improve. And it's truly life-changing. Thank you so much for always being willing to be there for the team and for sharing. Thank you.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, my dear. Yep, it's truly a blessing what we have here.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, Mr. Randy, go ahead. You are next, my friend.
Hello, Eva. Can you hear me this evening?
Yes, sir. Go
Well,
right.
I tell you what, I am literally sitting here just speechless, just listening to the testimonies of different individuals and how this is life-changing. I hope that everyone here on this line understands the power of what we're talking about here. This is something, guys, that you don't fake, you can't make up. This is real. And when you hear people and you hear their voices and how much things have changed for them, you can't really put a price on that. I mean, I have testimonies about using the REM patch, best sleep ever, right? But I'm a pretty healthy guy. I can walk around, I can move around. I don't have those type of issues, but yet the other patches that I'm taking, like the REM, I absolutely love it. I love the focus patch. I love the Victory patch because I was able to do the different tests with my wife. I'm stronger. I can see that I'm stronger. But it's not about, and this is what I tell everybody, you may be perfectly fine, but how many people out there are suffering from pain? How many people out there have trouble sleeping? How many people out there have anxiety? These are the people that we need to reach this message to. We need to talk to them. We need to reach out. Listen, when you understand that when you can help someone get back a quality of their life, That is priceless. I had the privilege of sharing this with Alexander. Had no idea. I mean, I knew he had the vertigo, but I had no idea whether this patch would work on him because, he tells a story. He's tried everything else and nothing would work. But guys, when you hear his story, what it did for him, he was so impressed. He went out and he shared it with the lady that you guys heard earlier, Maria Boyd. I believe their apostle, Maria Boyd. And you saw the life-changing effect on her. So it's not just about us. It's about how many people can we share this with? How many lives can we touch? And that's the real thing. Getting people back their quality of life is absolutely priceless. So Eva, I just wanted to say that I'm just really touched by what I'm hearing tonight. Had the opportunity to share this with over 80 people, and every last one of them are coming in and telling me they've got all kinds of testimonies, not only from them, but everybody that they've been sharing it with. So these patches are amazing. Back to you.
Thank you, Randy, for sharing. And it's true. I mean, we have been given a gift with these patches, and it's our duty to share, right? Because like you said, so many people out there are hoping and praying for something right now. So thank you for sharing, my friend. Alexander the Great. Come on, baby.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
I am just losing sleep at night in a very positive way because of this technology that I don't understand, that I can't figure out. I don't need to. But I always tell people that if you tell your story to enough people, somebody's going to hear you. So I want to say this to all of you that are listening. I've suffered from vertigo for the last 12 to 15 years. I've tried everything, every patch, every juice, pill, lotion, potion, shake. I've tried everything and nothing got rid of it. But when I got a call from Mr. Randy Crosby who told me about this, I was like, yeah, right. Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah, right. He just trying to make a sale. Yeah, right. And I said, okay, well, let me give it a try. And I tried it. And I put the patch on. I was talking to Lawson, who was talking about what he was going through. And he said that his pain went away in 15, 20 minutes. So I slapped the patch on. As soon as the postman got here, he couldn't leave without me having the patch on before he left. And I said, okay, I'm waiting 10, 15, 20 minutes and nothing happened. And I said, okay, I guess it's not going to work. But I left it on. The second day, I noticed the vertigo was not as intense as it was. Folks, I suffered with vertigo every single day. There's not a day that went by that I wasn't dizzy, that I was throwing up, and there was no cure for it. And I just had to deal with it every single day. Had no choice. So when on the second day, I noticed the vertigo wasn't that bad. And then on the fourth day, I said, wait a minute. I noticed it was gone. And I called my lady and I said, baby, I think this patch is working. And I started just telling my story and telling my story and telling my story. And I kept telling it to so many people that folks started to listen. But when I got on the Zoom calls and I would hear people's testimonies, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I did not believe 100%. I was like, yeah, right. They're stretching the truth. They're not being 100% honest. But when I was hearing the testimonies from people that I know their situation, that I've been knowing for 10, 15, 20 years, when you hear their testimonies and you know them, like with Maria, man, I didn't know about her situation. And what warms my heart, what makes me feel good in the morning, when I wake up, I get up and wake up the rooster. Why? Because of what it's done for her. Barbara, Miss Springer, Maria, Dave, John, Bill, all these people. And what warms me is that they're people that is changing their lives. It's not about the money. It's about affecting people's lives and touching their lives. And all I ask for them to do is to tell their story. In closing, I want you to think about this. How many people did you tell your story to on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? How many people? Because see, if you tell your story to enough people, somebody's going to hear you. And it's not about you, but who do you know? They always say things come to those who wait, but things left by those who hustle. Thank you so much for your time. And man, we've got to keep telling our story. Back to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Alexander, for sharing. I know Mary said that she was going to climb the Empire State Building and yell it out. I was like, oh my gosh, I believe she could. But thank you for sharing, and thank you for and thank you for really caring about people, because I know your passion. You and I talk a lot on the phone, but I hear you with your folks, and I hear how you're just passionate about what we have here, and thank you for that, because I know you're impacting so many lives for sure. Okay, Spring, you're next. Go ahead and unmute, my dear.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
We
Well,
can't hear you. You sound muffled.
okay. 1 second. Okay, can you hear me now?
You sound really far away. Is it the computer or a phone that you're on? I'm not sure.
I'm actually on my tablet.
Okay. Yep. If you can just bring it closer, I think we'll be able to hear you. Go ahead, my dear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Alexander is actually the one that called me about the patch. Actually, I spoke to him the other day, and when he first called me about the opportunity, I was kind of a little skeptical, because I was like, I really don't want to join anything else right now, because I have some other things that I'm currently doing. But when he called me, he told me about the patch. So what I did was I went on as a customer, and I actually ordered the Freedom Patch and the Liberty Patch. And so they actually came pretty fast, which is really amazing to me that I got them that quickly. So I actually tried the Freedom and the Liberty. They actually put the Freedom Patch on. They actually came yesterday. So yesterday was my first time trying them. Now, I've been a diabetic for 9 years. And just recently, my doctor put me on Lantus, the insulin. And I noticed that since I've been taking the Lantus, I've been having like some nerve pain in my body, in my shoulders, and in my knee. And so when Alexander told me about the patch, I said, well, I'll order it and give it a try. Long story short, I got the patch in the mail yesterday after stopping the post office, the postal worker, and I ended up putting the patch on as soon as I got it. So I sat down for like maybe 30 or 40 minutes, and I started to notice something was happening. But it wasn't until like an hour or two later that I realized that the pain that I had in my shoulders and in my knees was starting to go away. And so I said, wow. So then I ended up going to sleep, and I slept. When I say I slept really well last night, I haven't slept like that in a while. I've always, when I go to bed at night, I'm always in pain. I'm always having shoulder pain, and my knee is always bothering me. But last night I slept very well. I got up this morning, and I didn't have any pain in my shoulders, and then the pain for my knee was a minimum of 5. Like, I had been having pain all week, like to the point where I would stand up and I couldn't stand up.
Oh, wow.
My knee was hurting. And so when I put that patch on, like I said, I woke up today and I just felt just amazing. So I called Alexander and I told him, I said, I don't know what is going on, because it really shocked me that when I put it on, that it actually worked, because I had been dealing with this pain probably for like 2 months. It started as soon as I started really taking the Lantus insulin, because I had never had pain before until I started on insulin. And so the patch works, guys. It definitely works. And everybody's testimony is different. So I'm not saying that it miraculously works like that, because everybody's body, is different. But for me, it started working instantly after the fact, 30, 40 minutes after I took it. It's going on today. And right now, I currently still have the Liberty and the Freedom Patch on now. So I actually signed up as an associate, and I am going to be ordering more patches.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Oh my gosh, what a great testimony. Thank you so much, and welcome to the team. And and you're right. I mean, when you're in pain, you can't sleep, right? And if you're not sleeping, you're not resting, and then you wake up and you're tired and you're sluggish, and your body just never starts that repair process. I'm so happy for you. Finally, a good night's sleep, right? I know you'll be sleeping good tonight as well. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Bobby, go ahead and unmute, my friend. You are next, and then we have time for one more, and then we're going to move on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'll try to keep this brief. My experience is similar to those who have already shared their experience. I'm Bobby Jackson, Denver, Colorado. I'm 67. I suffer for 25 plus years with chronic tophaceous gout. Most people are familiar with gout, located in a specific region of your foot, but mine is chronic because it's in every joint of my body, from my neck to my toes. And I have these big, huge knots on my hands, my elbows, my feet, my knees, called tophi nodules. So I am in constant pain, constantly. So I got a call from Byron. He told me about the patch, and I looked into it. I understood the technology and the science behind it because I knew the skin was more than just a body wrap. There was more going on here. So I looked into it and I said, I've got to try it. I lost sleep waiting for my kit to get here, hoping that this is going to work because I've tried all the motions and lotions and herbs and pills, and then all the medication backfired on me and made me worse, so I couldn't go that route even if I wanted to. And so I got my kit on August the 25th. I got in there as quick as I could because my fingers and my hands don't bend. And on August 25th at 4:36 p.m., I put on the Freedom Patch. Now, I'm not easily wild, folks, but I had to see if this worked. So I put on the Freedom Patch at 4:36. I watched the clock to see if this was really going to be a big help for me. And in 2 minutes, it started working. Started with the top of my neck. It started working down, and the pain was easing up as it worked its way down my body. And in less than 5 minutes, 95% of my pain was gone after 25 years of chronic gout. Now, they say the only thing more painful than gout is childbirth. So I don't know nothing about birthing no babies, but I have been in pain, a lot of pain for a long time. After that, I put on the Victory, the Liberty, and the Defend patch, and within 30 minutes, my entire body was able to relax. So it's actually, someone mentioned it, I'm getting my life back. I've been stuck in a wheelchair for the most part for the better part of 3 years. I'm standing up now. I actually was able to get into my car the other day, and I'm sleeping better. I'm thinking better. I have more energy because there's no pain to deal with. Pain will steal your entire life. Then after, it'll be 3 weeks since I've been using the patch come tomorrow. I walked into my chiropractor's office one day last week, and he looked like he didn't know who I was. He noticed something different about me. And after working on me, he sat down, he pulled up a chair and sat right in front of me, and he said, "What are you doing?" Because everything about me has changed. And I told him about the super patch, and he not only asked for information, but he asked for a patch, and I gave him a freedom patch. So this has changed my life. I'm getting my life back. I'm moving. I'm energetic. I'm excited. I'm telling as many people about this as I can because I can't shut up even if I wanted to. So this has been a real life changer for me, and I'm thankful to be a part of Super Patch and the team here. And if anybody needs me for any help in any way when it comes to chronic tophaceous gout, I'll give you an idea of what it looks like. Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay. These are my hands. Okay. They look like gargoyle hands. And look at my elbow. It's this huge tophaceous knot right here that's constantly hurting. I cannot put any pressure on it, cannot put any weight. My fingers barely move, but they didn't move at all before. The neuropathy in my feet has gotten so much better. I can actually feel and move my feet and my toes now, and I'm getting my life back. So y'all look out. I'm getting ready to do what my mother said she would do. She would point this finger, and she said, I'm about to strut my stuff. So I'm about to strut my stuff. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bobby, for sharing. And I'm so excited about all the results that you're having. And you know, you're the only person that knows exactly when they put the patch on. Like the man knows the time. It was this time. I watched the clock, my pay. I mean, I remember when I got the call that day. What an amazing, amazing story. Tara, I know you were on here. Did you still want to share? I know you had your hand up for a while. You were next. If you would like to share, we'd love to have you. I don't know if she's still on or not. Are you there? Okay. Maybe she dropped off. Okay. So let's move on because this can go on for days, right? The testimonies are just incredible. So let's move on. Let's recap. What do we have here? We have patches that are 100% drug-free, all natural. Like I said, we don't need one more thing in our bodies. We have over 1 million happy customers. I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty impressive, right? We have clinical trials. We have peer reviews. The product is made here in the USA. It's actually made in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I know, Mary's clapping. It's actually made in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is FDA registered. We had a question early on. I'm going to answer that right now. What does that mean? FDA registered means the product does what it says it's going to do. So it's been tested and it does what it says. Now, she also asked a question, why is it not approved? Well, because it's not a drug. It's not a medication. FDA only approves medications and devices, and this is neither one. This is an all-natural patch, so that's why it's FDA registered. So how many companies would die to have that under their belt, right? And of course, we have 95% user rating positive results. What does that mean? That means 95% of the people that are using these patches are getting results. Folks, 95% of the people using the patches are getting results. Do I need to say that one more time? Can you imagine? I mean, you've heard the testimonies, right? We are so fired up about these patches. I know it has changed my life. And you know, this was not the same person that was months ago. You know, I was just like these folks in constant pain, 24/7, couldn't get up. It would take me 5 minutes to get up off a chair. I'm 58 years old and I felt like I was 100. I was talking to Mary earlier. I said, I know what that feels like. And she said, you know, I feel like I'm 50. I said, I get it. I feel like I'm 30. I mean, we can conquer the world today. And it was because of these patches, because we were able to get our health back. And there is nothing more important than our health, I promise you. Now, let's move on because we still have more to cover. Okay, so what do we have our hands on here? This is going to be a $500 billion industry. Why is it going to be a $5 billion industry? Well, let's look at this chart. Pain. 1.6 billion people are in pain. Folks, that is 20% of the population. That's a lot of people. Look at this: energy, fatigue, sleep. We talked a lot about sleep today. There are 6 billion people around the world that are not sleeping. Do you realize that that is equal to 75% of the population that is not sleeping, not resting? The body is not repairing, right? That's a big number. No wonder everybody's walking around with stress and, inflammation and this and that and the other. Our bodies never have the opportunity to repair and heal, right? So look at that. Immune support, obesity, fit, mobility. 2 billion people, that is 25% of the population. Folks, that's too many people. And that's why I say that we have been given a gift. And when you're given a gift, you have to share that gift, right? Now, here's what I'm going to say to you. There are 2 kinds of people on this call today. Some of you are here strictly for the patches and you're interested in using them for yourself. And there is nothing wrong with that. And we're super excited to get you involved and get these patches out to you right away so you can start feeling what we're feeling.